Eastern Conference, this Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season. Here's the starting group for Houston. Beverly and Harden are the 1 and the 2. Anderson is out there with Trevor Ariza. These teams pretty much know what to expect when they go up against each other.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's why when it comes down now, it comes down to ad-libbing. Who can counterpunch? Who can employ their will?
Down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
From deep, Harden hits it from three-point range. Pulls up, high post. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Feeds to Anderson. Puts it up from 17. Here's Capella. That shot, no good. And the Rockets take it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. The kick out to Anderson. It's Harden with the drive.
Some teams just always happen to have one position that is filled by a great player. Well, the crowning moment for the Rockets franchise history has to be their back-to-back titles in '94 and '95. Jordan.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
That defense was awful. That was just pathetic. He should not be that wide open right near the bucket.
Now here's Beverly. Harden missing his last shot. Stolen by Anderson. And Harden with the basket on the assist from Ryan Anderson.
Keep his foot on the pedal.
And with the Rockets' pair of titles, what a scrappy group of teams those were. Drexler and a lot. And so here is Houston. The Rockets making the shot. And so back in for Trevor Ariza. And Eric Gordon subbed in for James Harden. They shoot again. Taken away by Nene. And here's Gordon. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game.
Happens when you have little to no communication defensively. He has the stroke to burn you from out there. Don't you see that?
Launches a three. Beyond the arc. Rebound. Here's Gordon. Drilled it. Runs the clock at the end of one. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
And they have the horses to do it. Once they can let loose out in the open, very difficult to match up with.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Harden and Ariza, the athletic wing pair. Anderson is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Beverly in at the point. And the Rockets have a big fan base in Texas and the surrounding area. There's no doubt. But they also, Chris, have one of the biggest fan bases overseas.
I mean, well, let's be honest. The reasoning for the huge Chinese following, of course, was Yao Ming. Yao was not only an incredible player, but a huge ambassador for the sport. Found with the Rockets even years after his retirement.
And the Rockets making a change here. Ariza's checked in. You've played for some legendary coaches, Chris. What do you think is the most important aspect of being?
I think communicating to your players. I think embracing players, making players better. I think some of the best coaches I've played.
You don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
Harden inside the three-point line. Good D by Ariza.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Nene. Anderson with the block. And he recovers it. 5 on the clock. Harden the pass to Decker. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 6 rebounds in the game. Takes a shot at the elbow. They get the rebound. And it's Ariza in the corner. And the shot goes down. The Rockets have gone
offense that gets up and down the floor.
And the Rockets making a change here. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Ariza. And it's Brewer in for James Harden. And Harrell slams it in.
In a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Well, yeah, and you have to give him credit too. Makes the right read.
Sneaker deal and these other opportunities would have happened. He added, look, this is a grind. Every time you lose, you're blamed. For me, it's about continuing to work and focusing on what I can control.
13 feet away. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Here's Brown. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his way.
And it's slammed in by Brewer. It's making a change here. And this is checked in. Back to Gordon. Here's Decker. A second chance effort. And it's out of bounds. Right to the line and shoot two. To Brewer. Back to Gordon. Takes the three.
Like it did.
Here's Decker. And it's out.
Intuitively, how to get himself open.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Beverly and Harden are the 1 and the 2. Clint Capella is out there with Brewer, and it's Ariza in the 3 slot. Harden with it. 8 points for him. And as Nene, he's checked in for Brewer.
A couple of years before I actually admitted it, I battled injuries basically my whole career, from dislocated shoulders to ankle injuries to, of course, everyone knows about the knees. And so for me, I was just trying to play every single moment I could in as many games as I could. So, it's don't really know when I realized it, but it didn't matter, because whenever you realize it, you don't know where to go.
And for the uninitiated, Mike D'Antoni has a bit of a unique offensive approach. Likes, in fact, Chris, to create a lot of chances for his team by pressing the tempo.
Well, he creates a lot of chances and doesn't mind the early shot. He'll go with the undersized forward.
Have changed pretty dramatically since the league stopped enforcing man-to-man as the only strategy. What do you see from that change?
True defenses. I think sometimes it's a cop-out for the defense. I think the NBA is a different league. I think that the NBA are the best players in the world, and therefore you should be able to guard your man one-on-one. I think that rule may have been put in place so that coaches can hide defenders on the team on offense on the other end. So I'm definitely not a big fan of it, but hey, it's a rule, and if I were a coach, I'd definitely use it if I saw fit. But it's just so hard to rebound on defense, so easy for the offense to rebound because you can't see. You have to communicate that much more. But, hey, if you're playing against a team that is shooting the lights out and you want to stop.
Here's Gordon. 8 points for him. And stolen by Harrell. One-on-one fast break. Rebound by Harrell.
Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Well, a good attempt to try to finish that alley-oop. Still should have went for...
Anderson against Beverly. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point plus.
Huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control,
he knew his man was bigger than him. No big story. He just calmly rose up, altered his body so that he could get the contact and put that shot up over.
Houston making a switch. Beverly's checked in. They shot 6 of 7 at the line. No good on the second free throw. And it's Gordon penetrating. Soft touch off the glass. The layup missed.
He's a little overzealous there.
For joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Brown out there with Gordon. Then it's Decker. Then there's Nene. And it's Harrell in at the 4 slot. Now Brewer. He kicks to Ariza. Drains it from beyond the arc. Here's Harrell. Back to Nene. Ball's knocked loose.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
Well, that's just a stupendous effort by him right there.
Way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to their resilient attitude. They came together and found a way to tie this one up.
Now, here's Brewer. Leaves the dishes to Capella to take the lead. And the layup is up and in.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Simple rule of team rebound. Everyone needs to box out someone when the shot goes up. A number of assignments were missed right there.
Here's Gordon. Can they get it? Brown outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
A pretty free look for three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
All day. Next time.
Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
That's a 2 from Gordon. Misses the jumper.
He gets paid the big bucks to hit shots like that consistently. He failed to do so there.
It's a foul there. I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
James Harden, he's checked in for Decker. To the middle. Here's Capella. And the dunk by Capella. Win. Back to Harden. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. So the first one. And both free throws good for James Harden.
That's why his teammates trust him so much at the line.
They set the pick. In the corner, it's Capella. Back to Harden. Houston moving the ball around. To the paint. And Ariza with the stop. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
And the Rockets getting another bucket right there. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter.
And you can see
first free throw is good, and that ties the game up. And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead. Harden the pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
You know, more and more we're seeing some shorter guys play the center position, especially when they have vertical leaps like that to the play.
Stolen by Harden. Jumps up. Money!
that was
Rockets have gone 2 of 7 from the field, and it's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Here is Harden after the Rockets pick up 3.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there.
He is good, and that brings them. He makes the second free throw, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And so he's good on all 3 free throws, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
And that would have been a killer if he missed one of those, but he was rock solid. That trims the lead now to a 1-possession game.
Jump ball. You too.
And so here is Houston. On the wing, Harden. The three. Right between the eyes. And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
He was great in his last game. Clearly, he has not lost that love and feel.
Not at all. You can tell his confidence is really soaring as a result. He wants the ball in his hands any chance he can get it.
For the win. Oh, no good there. The overtime just ahead. Jump ball right around the corner. Tip-off goes to Houston. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here. Brought to us by Gatorade. Look at the Rockets. Beverly and Harden are the 1 and the 2. Brewer is out there with Nene. And it's Capella in the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Harden. And it's Ariza in the corner. Stolen by Harden. Capella kicks to Ariza. Misses the three. The Rockets trail. Here's Harden. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
They have to be happy at least with how they set it up. Most of the time, that's a sure make.
The pass to Brewer. Out left to the wing. Just 5 to shoot. It's Harden with the drive. And Capella sends it back. Nene dishes to Capella. That's tipped. And they're pushing it up. And here's Harden for 3. Harden missing again. Rockets shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Wide open look. And Nene gets it to go. Harden right side. Down low. Off the pick. And the dunk by Capella.
Affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
Well, the defense is slacking big time. Big time. It's probably mainly due to fatigue. Both teams produce some serve.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Andrew Beverly is checked in for Houston. Anderson comes in for Nene. And Trevor Ariza subbed in for Corey Brewer.
Whoever says that was an easy attempt right there lies. That was over a massive defender. He somehow guided it over him and in.
Here's Ariza after Eric Gordon's bucket. Anderson kicks to Capella. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
All the give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Again for James Harden. And it's Brown in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Gordon. Now a timeout called by Houston for Brewer. Decker comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Harden in for Gordon. 4 on the clock. Timeout called the Rockets. And so here is Houston. Now here is Harden. Here's Capella.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's Harden. And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for the double. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire.